Welcome investors to second video of SM Shekhar Financial Hub. In this video we will cover very important aspect about how we should track our financial health and how can we realign our expenses and investments so that our investment will last throughout our life to give us prosperity and peace of mind. This worksheet will be very beneficial to each one of you in following aspects. 1. It will give you insight whether are you on right track with your financial plan or not. 2. It will help you to track your financial plan on consistent basis. 3. It will help you to rationalize on your spendings. 4. It will give valuable insights about how your capital will be progressing each year. 5. It will help you to realign your investments based on forecasted data. To understand this worksheet and take advantage of this worksheet, do watch this video till end. Towards the end of this video, I will share you how you can access this worksheet for your usage. Let's cover few guidelines about how to use this worksheet. This is how this worksheet will look like. 1. Do not change all those cells which are marked in black color as it contains formulas. 2. You can change values only in cells which appear in white color. 3. Enter your current age in blue cell E2 means in column E and in row 2. 4. If you are a salaried person or earning from your business or both, enter how much annual growth you expect year after year on this income in cell L2. Kindly note, enter income after deducting income tax. 5. What is likely age when you will be retired? Put that age number in cell R2. Based on this number, this worksheet will generate your forecasted annual income from current age till age of retirement. Next portion is to add current annual expenses from column B to column H. In column B, put your current annual expenses excluding medical expenses. Each penny going out from your pocket on household expenses, children education expenses, vacation and travel expenses, insurance expenses and other should be covered here. In column C, provide expected inflation rate. I suggest put a value between 7% to 8%. In column E, provide annual medical expenses, which should include mediclaim and other expenses like spending on medicines, doctor fees, hospital expenses, medical checkup and so on. In column F, provide inflation rate for medical expenses. I suggest put a value of 9% minimum. In column H, worksheet will calculate total annual expenses expected after adding inflation to it. Now let's add current annual income and capital invested. In cell J4, add your current annual income which you get in form of salary or profit from business. Add value after deducting tax on your income or profit. Values in subsequent rows in this column will get auto-generated based on forecasted annual growth which you had provided earlier in cell L2. It will generate this only till the age of your retirement. In column K, you can provide additional income which you may be getting in form of pension, rent, royalty. In column L, provide capital you have deployed for investment purpose in bank, government schemes, equity market and any other form. Now we will come to interesting part to see how our income and investments are going in tandem with our expenses. If we see any row in column N highlighted in red, which means our income and capital fall short of our expenses, which is a danger sign. Which means now you will have to depend on someone to take care of your life. Columns N to R are to provide details about that part of your capital which you have deployed to earn safe and low-risk returns which includes bank FD, PPF, NSC, government bonds, LIC schemes etc. Kindly note not to change amount deployed in column N as it contain formulae to auto-calculate deployed amount from base capital after deducting capital deployed in moderate and high-risk areas. You can only change expected ROI % each year in column O. Basis that this sheet will calculate net capital left at the end of the year after adding interest on this capital and after deducting annual expenses in column R. Next extension of our capital deployment is from column S to X. Here you will account for portion of your base capital, which you have invested to generate returns in instruments having moderate risk like bonds, P2P rate, and hybrid mutual funds. You can enter value of capital deployed in column S and only in row 4, provide expected ROI % on that capital. You can change ROI for each year. In column U, you can add additional capital which you can deploy in subsequent years for moderate risk instruments. Note amount added here will be deducted from base capital deployed for low risk. In column W, you can mention part of capital if you want to withdraw from moderate risk instruments. Note, amount reduced from here will be added into base capital deployed for low risk. Last extension of our capital deployment is from column Y to AD. Here you will account portion of your base capital to generate returns in instruments having high risk, high reward like equity market, equity mutual funds, trading. You can enter value of capital deployed in column Y and only in row 4, provide expected ROI % on that capital. You can change ROI for each year. In column A you can add additional capital which you will deploy in subsequent years for high risk instruments. Note amount added here will be deducted from base capital deployed for low risk. In column AD, you can mention part of capital if you want to withdraw from high risk instruments. Note, amount reduced from here will be added into base capital deployed for low risk. Important note about average ROI, especially for moderate to high risk instruments. This is average return value over multiple years. This value may keep fluctuating every year, especially for high-risk instruments like equity market. In first year it was 25%, second year 16%, and third year -1%. Total of 3 years is 25% plus 16%, 1% equals 40%. Average of 3 years is equal to 40%, 3 years equals 13.33%. Get yourself very clear about these concepts. If required, then watch this video multiple times. Now I will give you couple of examples how to use this worksheet. Let's take first scenario. Age of investor is 45 years. He is expecting annual growth of 8% per annum. His retirement age is 55 years. His annual expenses are 6 lakhs rupees. He is considering inflation rate of 8%. His annual medical expenses are 1.25 lakhs rupees. He is considering inflation rate of 9% on medical expenses. His annual salary is rupee 12 lakhs. His income from other sources are rupees 2 lakhs. He has accumulated capital of rupee 1 crore, which he is deploying for low risk, low return instruments. ROI estimated is 6% per annum on those low-risk instruments. So at the age of 72, he has exhausted all his capital, since he deployed all of them in low-risk instruments. Now let's see what will be the scenario if he deploys part of his capital in medium and high-risk instruments. He deployed rupee 5 lakhs in medium-risk instruments. He is expecting ROI of 9% on that investment. He also deployed rupee 15 lakhs in high-risk instruments. He is expecting ROI of 15% on that investment. Here his low-risk capital get exhausted at the age of 71. But his investments in medium and high-risk instruments are more than rupee 6 crore. This money he can use partially to manage his future expenses and remaining fund will be kept invested in those instruments itself. Let's now take second scenario. Age of investor is 57 years. He has already taken his retirement. Hence there is no annual income expected from his salary. His annual expenses are 7 lakhs rupees. He is considering inflation rate of 8%. His annual medical expenses are 1.50 lakhs rupees. He is considering inflation rate of 9% on medical expenses. His income from other sources are rupees 3 lakhs. He has accumulated capital of rupee 1 crore 75 lakhs, which he will deploying for low risk, low return instruments. ROI estimated is 6% per annum on those low risk instruments. So as you can see, at the age of 77, He has exhausted all his capital since he deployed all of them in low-risk instruments. If we consider most of us will live till age of 80 without being dependent on anyone else, then this investor must earn ROI minimum at the rate of 8.50% so that his investments will last till he lives. Hence, let's see scenario if he deploys part of his capital in medium and high risk instruments. He deployed rupees 20 lakhs in medium risk instruments. He should earn ROI of 10% on that investment. He also deployed rupees 20 lakhs in high risk instruments. He should earn ROI of 15% on that investment. Here his low risk capital get exhausted at the age of 73. But his investments in medium and high risk instruments are more than rupees 3.16 crores. This money he can use partially every year to manage his yearly expenses, and remaining fund should be kept invested in those instruments itself, so that he can manage his fund till his life tenure. Dear viewers, I hope you have got a fair idea about how to use this worksheet. Here is a link which you can use to access this worksheet and download in your computers. I have provided link of this worksheet in description section of this video. If you find any difficulty in downloading this worksheet, then do write in comment box. This is just a beginning of our journey towards financial freedom. I will be covering a lot of interesting concepts in this channel which will make you competent enough to take appropriate investment decisions for yourself. Do subscribe to this channel to get periodical updates.